Hey everybody, welcome back in. Tim Knox here on the Kindle Direct Publishing Q&A show. This is the show where you ask the questions, usually questions you could find the answers to yourself if you weren't so damn lazy, and I go and find the answers for you. Now, a lot going on today. You're going to see a lot of stuff back here, and I'm going to explain it in just a second, but I wanted to cover a really quick programming note. I've been getting a lot of questions from authors. These are people who actually write their own books, who are asking questions about how to get published on Amazon CreateSpace. And so what I thought I would do is expand this show. You know, up until now we've talked about digital publishing and ghostwriting and all of the things that we digital publishers do, but I'm also going to start addressing questions from authors because after much thought, it occurred to me that what's important to authors about getting their work published should also be important to digital publishers. So we're going to expand the show. We're going to expand the show a little bit. The professionalism will not get any better. This is it. But hopefully we will be bringing knowledge to all of those people who are also interested in publishing their own work on Amazon. So I don't know if we'll rebrand the show because I do like KDPQA. It's taken me a long time to be able to roll those off my tongue. But anyway, hey, what we're talking about today is my shirt. I don't know if you can see this shirt, but I bought this shirt in the mid-'80s. You can see it's missing most of the buttons. There's one button there. The collar's turned up. It has bleach stains all over it. If I stand up, you can see lots of stains on my buff body there. My wife hates this shirt. I have to hide this shirt from Melissa because she is on a mission to throw it out. We've been married 22 years. Yeah, 22 years. And every year she has tried to do away with my favorite shirt. Now, I wear this shirt all the time. It is the most comfortable shirt on the planet. It's literally like wearing tissue paper. I love this shirt. Sorry, I get a little emotional. The point of this is, I was having a conversation the other day with one of my coaching students, and we were talking about things that were holding him back. Barriers that were preventing him from accomplishing his goals. And this guy turned the tables on me and asked me, well, what is your, big obstacle? What do you have a problem with? And if you haven't figured it out by now, I have a problem letting go. What does that mean to my business? Well, it means that I spend an awful lot of time probably doing things that I could let other people do. I could farm off to virtual assistants, which I am doing now. It also tells me that I need to learn to let go of things. If I'm going to be a successful entrepreneur, a successful author, a successful digital publisher, you have to learn to let go of things. Now, to further illustrate this point, I have a drawer in my office. I'm sure you do too. Some people call it the junk drawer. I call it the drawer of wonder because I always wonder, how did I get all of that stuff in there? And I wonder what's in there. It's not a junk drawer. Don't get that confused. It's not like my nightstand. I had an archaeology student the other day stop by the house asking if they could unearth my nightstand. No. Okay? So I took it upon myself because of this student. He challenged me. He says, well, why don't you let go of something? So over the weekend, I decided to spend a couple of hours cleaning out this single drawer in my desk. And what I found really drove the point home that I need to learn to let go. Case in point, anytime a credit card expires, for some reason, I don't throw them away. I keep them. There is a Saks Fifth Avenue card here that expired in 2003. Here's a MasterCard that was never even activated. On and on and on. I've got cards in here from 2001, 2005. I guess it's pretty safe to throw these away. Oh, you'll love this. I found my movie gallery membership card. Now, for you youngsters out there, Movie Gallery was a store where you could rent videotapes. You don't know what videotapes are? Well, they were they were tapes that held videos. Anyway, you had to buy a membership to Movie Gallery or Blockbuster, and you would rent them overnight. And if you didn't bring them back in time, they would charge you thousands of dollars in late fees. Yeah, so there's that. So I found all of that. And gosh, what else? I found some stamps back when stamps were 32 cents. I found, oh, you'll love this, my first stapler from God knows when, but I was so worried about someone stealing this stapler that I used one of those handy dandy label makers to put my name on it. I don't know if it'll focus, but that says Timmy with one M. So obviously when I had this stapler, which still works, I was somewhat illiterate. Or actually I came from a family, we were so poor I could only afford one M. I found this. Many, many, many years ago, I did stand-up comedy, and I would carry this little notebook with me everywhere I went, and I would write down joke ideas in my little notebook. And it's just full of jokes. And as I read them today, they make really no sense. Gorilla fingers in the yard. I'm pretty sure that had something to do with my dogs, but I don't know anything else. So kind of memorabilia there. I'm going to see if the Smithsonian would like to have that. I found a speed loader for a .38 caliber revolver, and the funny thing there is I've never owned a .38 caliber revolver, but if someone breaks into my house, bam, right between the eyes with that baby. I found an iPod, and then this little iPod mini, which I assume has lots of music from the 70s on it. I found an assortment of calculators. Calculators, you know, kids, on your phone when you call up the calculator. Well, back in the good old days, calculators weren't on your phone, so you had to buy them separately. Oddly enough, they all still work. Very, very weird. I found a clock that still works. What else did I find? Oh, I found digital cameras. I found like 8 digital cameras, believe it or not. I don't know. There was no memory card or anything, no plug, but eBay, $12 for the pair. I found this. Now, this is a really weird little thing. It was called a phase out. And this is how I stopped smoking. I used to be a really heavy smoker, 3 packs a day, and I quit because of this little deal right here. And basically the way it worked, you would slide your cigarettes into this hole, filter first, and then you press down, and you can't see it, but there are little needles. See those little needles? Oh! They would come down and poke holes in your cigarette filters, and the nicotine would mix with the air, and you would quit smoking. I went from 3 packs a day to 0 in about 2 months using this little puppy right here. I don't even think you can buy them anymore. What else did I mean, just tons of stuff. I don't even know what most of this stuff is. Going back in time, oh my gosh, 30 years ago, I was in radio. This is an original air check from my radio days. And no, you will never hear this because I sounded like this right here. But this is perhaps the most, this is the biggest indication that I need to let go. I found my work badge when I worked at a company called Engelhard. This is from 1978, and I don't know if you can see the picture there, but I had the David Cassidy hairdo parted in the middle down the, yeah. So I still have my work badge, 6 years later. So the point of all this really cool stuff, I don't even know what the hell that thing is, but the point is I need to let go. I need to get rid of all of the stuff that no longer does me any good in my business or in my writing, and I need to get rid of it. I need to do the same with tasks. For example, as a digital publisher, we are always publishing new books. Well, I'm a hands-on kind of guy. I like to have my hands in there. I like to edit every story that comes into the company. I've had to let that go simply because it was taking up too much of my time. So here's my question for you. What is in your junk drawer or in your drawer of wonder? And what is it that keeps you holding on to that? And how is it affecting your daily life? So the moral to the story, other than I have a whole lot of stuff to put back in my junk drawer, I'm not going to get rid of it for Christ's sake. What's holding you back? What tasks can you farm off to a virtual assistant or an employee? What are things that you should do that you've been putting off? So, kind of a long-winded story, but a very short moral. You need to learn to let go. And here's why. There was only so many hours in a day. And this is one thing I hear a lot. How do you manage your time? Well, obviously not very well. We're going to do a whole new video on managing your time management, whatever you want to call it. But what's holding you back? What can you let go of, especially those tasks which are taking up your time? I spent a good 2 hours cleaning out this junk drawer that I've been amassing for many years. I could have spent those hours doing something else. I could have been out with the dogs or something, right? So anyway, that's my advice to you today. Learn to let go. Look at what you're doing with your day and how can you let go of things that will free you up to do more and work on your business. Remember, Michael Gerber in E-Myth said you should work on your business and not in your business. The same is true if you're a writer. You should work on your writing and not in the writing business. Give that off to someone you trust, and it will be a great return on investment. All right, that's all I've got. Again, if you have questions not only about Kindle Direct Publishing, digital publishing, but writing and publishing in general, I have had an agent. I have gone the traditional route. I have had many books published, so I am well qualified, although I don't look like it, to address your question. All right, if you do have questions, email me, tim@timknox.com, or you can find me on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, all over the place. Coaching program, formal details. I know I keep putting you off. I am doing one-on-one coaching now. If you're interested in that, you can email me and I'll give you details. But the big program is still in works. All right. So if you'd like a Home Depot credit card from 2015, if you would like a Wells Fargo debit card on an account that was closed in 2012, I'm your man. Call me up. So much cool shit here.